All right, boys, prepare the slave trade. We're selling it right off for profits.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. Today I wanted to address DSP's address of his controversial statements that he made the other day on his gameplay. As most of you know, our boy DSP was playing a new release and decided that he wanted to turn into Balls Hog, Southern Redneck, and make very inappropriate comments during gameplay, and he did it twice actually. I just played the clip that I made a video on yesterday. That was his first comment, which was completely inappropriate, and I wanted you guys to get the contents for anyone that hasn't seen my first video, which I posted yesterday talking about the controversial statements he made. You guys can go to my channel and check it out. I will link it in this video. But essentially, our boy Phil today on the Level 1 podcast decided to address but yet not address the controversial statements, and yeah, leave it up to Phil to just screw that up and just, you know, instead of just coming out and just saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, I didn't mean it that way, I was just trying to be funny, or yes, it was inappropriate. No, he doubled down like our boy DSP will always do. He just doubles down. And to me, you know, his explanations and his excuses were terrible and actually made it worse and were completely lame. So what I did was I captured his Level 1 podcast. It was about a 5-minute response. And of course, our boy DSP, like everything he does, is just ass backwards. He says he's not going to address the issue, but yet spends 5 minutes addressing the issue. So let's watch this video. I will stop it from time to time and provide my commentary. So let's get into it, peeps.
You guys are. These narrative style games are definitely interesting when it comes to the amount of stuff that you can kind of do improv commentary on. Speaking of which, I'm going to very, very briefly not really address something, but I feel like it's worth addressing.
What? What the hell are you saying? If you're going to address an issue, you're going to address an issue. You can't say I'm going to address it, but yet not address it, Pip. That's 62 IQ, Pip. That's not very bright. And we know you're not a bright guy, but still, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that you understand what it means when you say you're going to address something or you're not going to address something. The two don't go hand in hand, Pip. It's like saying, I'm in the rain and I'm wet, but I'm not wet. It makes no sense, Pip.
As you know, I have a large group of scumbags who follow me all over the internet and try to do as much as they possibly humanly can to slander me, defame me, say things that aren't true about me.
But Phil, you make it easy. You give them the ammunition for them to do that. They wouldn't have the ammunition if you wouldn't say stupid things like you just did. Your statements that you said were racist. And trust me, this is from a person that I guess you could classify as being a minority, Hispanic or Latino, whatever the case you may be, but kind of all over the place. I am more right on the political spectrum than middle or left. I believe that at times racism, misogyny, social justice warrior, that whole thing gets taken too far sometimes, and it's used to weaponize to harm people. I personally believe that. Now, that's not to say that there isn't any good in it. There is some good, and yes, there is validity of people when they claim racism and when they claim misogyny, when they claim you know, those type of things. Yes, definitely they are. They definitely are, and I'm here to say that is the case. But I do understand that, you know, there are people that actually weaponize it to try to hurt people on purpose. So yeah, I'm just putting my cards out on my beliefs, what I think, how I feel, and so on. And I'm someone that I can laugh at the occasional stereotypical humor and stuff like that. You know, as long as you're not being malicious and you don't have a history of doing it, you know, it's cool, it's fine, you know what I mean? And especially if it's comedy where it's a comedian like, say, Dave Chappelle or something like that, I can decipher when someone's being serious or when they're joking and stuff like that. But Phil, you don't get that benefit of the doubt, pimp. you have 14 years of being online, being streaming, and we have hundreds of comments, videos, comments, sound bites of you just being inappropriate, being racist, being prejudiced, being misogynistic. You said it yourself. How many times have you claimed in the last year and a half that you're no longer that person, that you've changed, that you no longer say those things? And what happens? You keep doing it. And I can count on just a year and a half that you've been on YouTube. You've said about 10 inappropriate comments, Pimp. 10. And this one is just terrible. It's disgusting, you know. And for you to just blow it off, nah, Pimp. All right, let's keep going.
And basically make me look like a horrible human being to as many people as they can all over the internet.
You are a horrible human being. And we base that on 14 years of you streaming and saying horrible shit.
Okay? I don't know why at this point. I really don't see the purpose of their agendas. But that's what they do.
It's to hold you accountable, Pimp, because it seems like there's no one out there that holds you accountable. So the people that actually follow you and listen to you and make these videos, like myself, I'm holding you accountable. Like if I said something inappropriate like that, I would hope that my viewers and my fans would hold me accountable and just said, hey, Duty, you said this was inappropriate, you should apologize. So we're just holding you accountable.
It's just an inevitability at this point. Okay, that's gonna happen. No matter what I say and do, no matter where I say and do it. Like I said, if I cured cancer today, I'd be, told that, I farted when I cured it, and man, the smell was just so unbearable, and I should be chastised.
Okay, so this is what people like DSP do. They actually take the extreme to justify inappropriate behavior. So he's saying, okay, yeah, this is equivalent, or people would criticize me if I cured cancer and farted. So he's going from saying inappropriate racist stuff, and somehow conflating it to being, oh, people would criticize me if I cured cancer or I saved someone. No, Pimp. People wouldn't criticize you for that. And the people that would criticize you for that, I would make a video calling them out, telling them that they're being assholes. Okay? Because I believe I'm an honest person, and I play fairly. So if you do something good, Pimp, I'm gonna give you some props for it. But no, this isn't the case here. You're being a fucking racist. You are. And the fact that you're doubling down on it even pisses me off even more. Let's keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it is on the internet. So the other day, I'm doing commentary on this game, and I'm doing my usual style of improv commentary, and it's the same style of commentary that I've done over the years.
Okay, so it's the same style, Pimp. All right, so you're saying what you did in that video, that comment that I showed at the very beginning, is your normal shtick. That's what you do, right? But yet on the other hand, you try to tell us that you changed, that you no longer say racist things, that you no longer say misogynistic things, that you're not that person anymore. And you've acknowledged that in the past you've have said those things and tried to apologize and change and tried to change. And now you're just telling us that, oh, this is my normal routine, this is my shtick, this is what I do. Which one is it, Phil? Which one is it? Either this is your normal behavior, which is racist, or this is not your normal behavior and you think it's perfectly fine. Either way, you're wrong.
Not any different from anything else that I've done. All right, everyone knows that I try to do all kinds of things on the cuff, jokes, dark humor. It's just something I've always done. When I do improv commentary on a game like this, where it's primarily narrative based, okay, it's completely off the cuff and unexpected. And sometimes I'll try to purposely say something ridiculous to break the mood up. For example, in this game, you've got hostage situations, you've got people getting shot, you've got someone commits suicide in the game. It's pretty crazy, or attempts suicide, I guess I should say. It's not.
Okay, so in this game, he's talking about that it's a dark game. There's hostages. Someone gets shot. Someone tries to commit suicide, and he decides to try to bring levity to the stream in the game by saying something racist. The fact that the girl in the video and in the game is African American, and there were two white gentlemen there, a police officer and the caretaker, he automatically goes to the racist joke. He automatically goes to slavery, slave trade. And later on in that video, he actually makes another comment about that African American girl being worth more in the trade slave than I guess other African Americans. I'm not sure what he was trying to get there, but he actually doubled down and said something again inappropriate a little bit later in that same stream. So yeah, okay, you want to make a joke, you want to be funny, whatever the hell you're trying to do, make it fit the situation. What does slave trade have to do with dark, shootout, homicide, police? What in the world does that have to do? The two do not coincide with each other, pimp. And now you're just grasping at straws.
Clear if it actually worked or not. But the point I'm making here is, this is something that I've always done, and everyone has always enjoyed it. Okay, it's only now that people literally will try to make things up to make me look bad. So the thing is, some people have actually called me out and said, you need to address this because people are saying this about you in the last few days in regards to commentary you've done or whatever. No, I don't. I don't actually have to address it at all. It's bullshit and everyone knows it. Anyone with a fucking brain between these two ears knows what I said because it's on camera. You know what I mean? Like, the problem is with the people who don't like me is what they will attempt to do is take what I say and say, well, if you add this guess, this extrapolation, this spin, this assumption, if you... No.
What you said was you wanted to be a southern redneck hick, and you wanted the voice, and for some odd reason you wanted to talk about this little African American girl and the slave trade. Everyone knows what the slave trade is. Essentially, you were saying that these two white men were going to take this African American girl and sell her as a slave. That's what you were saying. No one's adding anything. No one's making anything up. It's there. It's there. That's exactly what you said. I didn't cut it. I didn't modify it. I didn't edit the video. It's your words from your video, pimp. So I have no clue what the hell you're talking about. So now you're grasping at straws.
You add all of this, plus what Phil said, it's terrible. Oh my God. How could Phil have done that? Wait a minute. What?
Yes, because what you do as a person is you look at the video face value. You say to yourself, okay, does this person have a pattern of this type of behavior? For Phil, yes, he does have that pattern. He's been known, like I said, 14 years. How many clips? How many times has he eaten a ban for being racist? How many times has he eaten a ban for being misogynistic? How many times has he's eaten a ban on Twitch and YouTube for his commentary? So yeah, so that's what I'm going to look at. Now, if it's somebody that's new, that never said anything like this, that seems like a decent person, I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt and say, oh, it was a slip up. They meant it as a joke, but okay, might be a little inappropriate. And I move on. But now you, Phil, again, 14 years of inappropriate racist comments, racist commentary, misogynistic, homophobic, you name it. You name it. He said it, he's done it.
If you add all of this bullshit to what I said, what I actually said, you can make assumptions that are horrible. Well, I didn't say any of that, nor is that even in my head. You know what I mean? Like,
just because you didn't flat out say the N-word, right, Phil, doesn't change the fact that what you said was racist and inappropriate. It doesn't change it. Now, you know that if you would have said the N-word, you would have eaten a ban that very day and you would have been off YouTube that very single day. That's why you didn't say it. But your insinuation of the slave trade, of these white men and this young African American girl, everyone knows exactly where you're going with this, pimp. So for you to double down is what you're doing. You're double down your excuse and your poor behavior makes it even worse. What you need to do is just shut up and say, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it this way. If I offended anyone, I'm very sorry. I will retract my statement. Mind you, I will remove that video just so that, you know, it's not there and being hurtful. No, he doesn't have that. He just doubles down.
Sadly, I hate to say it, in the modern day, it's like you can't even deal with just what you actually said and did. You have to deal with what everyone else is assuming you're saying, doing, or thinking, even though you didn't do it. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You're out of your fucking minds, okay? Like I said, I've always used humor, and in particular, over-the-top, ridiculous, what-if situational humor in games like this. I used to do it back in the day with The Walking Dead, which was the original Telltale game that put this kind.
Okay, I'll give you an example, Phil, maybe you can understand, right? Let's say I'm talking about your wife, right? We all know who your wife is, right? Let's say that I decide that I want to make a joke about her. So I'm going to say, hey, look at Cat, that whale, right? Versus saying, hey, look at Cat, that fat whatever, right? Two different sentences, one sounding very harsh, but the other one actually conveys the same exact point. Me calling her a whale is basically me calling her a fat, you know, whatever. So although I didn't say certain words, my sentence is still this. I actually said the same exact thing. Nothing changed. Now you can accuse me of being mean or being, you know, anti-woman or whatever for saying so, anti-fat or whatever for saying that. And if I use your logic, I can essentially say, well, no, I didn't say the fat word. I didn't say that. All I said was whale. Nothing wrong with a whale. Everybody loves whales. They're very pretty. They're very majestic. They're very fast, right? But no, I know you wouldn't take it like that. You would be upset that I said that or made that comment. So take that scenario that I just laid out and apply it to your statement.
Kind of games on the map, okay? No one had issue with it, but today in the modern era, oh, now let's do everything we possibly can to make Phil look like a villain on the internet, all right? I'm tired of it. So I'm not going to address any of their bullshit because it's bullshit. It's, well, to even give...
I'm not going to address it, but I just spent 4 minutes addressing it.
A moment to specifically address the nonsense that people have said about me gives credence to it. It's complete fabrication based off of them completely lying and extrapolating upon bullshit, okay? And I'm not putting up with that shit anymore. I'm just not.
Crying emojis in the chat, pimps. Crying emojis in the pimps.
They can literally make up whatever they want. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not paying attention to it anymore, all right? For me to particularly address each thing, all right?
$100 he'll be commenting about this today and tomorrow.
Only gives them what they want. They want nothing more than for, on this very podcast this morning, they want me to have a whole segment trying to defend myself, to save face, and particularly to what they said about me.
You need to defend yourself. You apologize and call it a day.
They can go fuck themselves. That's my attitude moving forward. There's no reason to address the nonsense they say and do. It's feeding the trolls, and I'm not doing that.
You heard that, right? You heard that, right?
Very nice. Okay.
Ah. All right, I'm gonna lower White Run, but I'll let it play in the background because I know a lot of people love White Run. So yeah, so there you go. You had it. So our boy doubled down. He essentially told everyone to F off. He doesn't care. He tried to justify his comments and his behavior. He essentially said that this is something he's been doing forever, and no one had an issue with it in the past, his racist comments, but now people are upset and he can't do it anymore, and he's basically telling everyone to F off. You know what, Phil? You F off, all right? You're nothing but a racist. You're a misogynistic pig, and I reported you. And I really hope you eat a ban for this. And I really hope that YouTube boots you off of this platform. Because you don't deserve to be on this platform. You're a disgusting person. You're horrible. And you don't have enough common sense to realize that what you said was inappropriate. And even said that it was inappropriate because it's the same shtick, same humor you've been doing the whole time. But now that people have problems with it, you know, it's a problem. So you've actually state it in your own words that you agree what you've said was racist and inappropriate, but it's fine because you meant it as a joke and you were just doing it as a commentary. No, 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 no one's buying that bull. Okay? So I hope you eat a ban. I hope you get kicked off of YouTube. And I'm out.